quickly address what's in IXL on C4. I think it's titled Solving Linear Inequalities. Pretty sure that's what it's titled. And we didn't do anything yesterday that even involved the distributive property. They were all pretty straightforward and simple. So I'm going to work on A, and you guys can help me do it, and then you guys will do that U-try underneath. Then we'll just kind of go through this, and hopefully we'll be able to do C4 when everything's said and done. Now, I've got 10 times W plus 13. What do I do there? Distribute, okay? And just draw the arrows. I don't know why kids won't do that. So what is 10 times W plus 13? I got that minus 3 greater than a negative 13. What's the next thing you'll want to do? You want to do a new line right there? That's how we'll do it. His suggestion was just take care of those. You know, some kids will do a whole lot more at once. That's fine. That sounds right to me. You get negative what? 14. What? What? 14. So I don't think that's too rough, but that's me. So you guys do the U-try real quick. Hopefully you can see it. Should work about the same. I don't know if the answer comes out when I say that you fraction out. Seeing lots of good answers. There's 3 out of 4 we've got so far. I'm just going to go run through it real quick. Me personally, and this is a personal thing, I would have actually moved that 3 over first. You don't have to do that, obviously. When I do it in my head, that 3's moved over first. Distribute 5W minus 30. And you know, it saves some mistakes here too. You add 30 to both sides. 5W less than or equal to 15. Divide by 5, and W is less than or equal to 3. And most of you had that. I'm sure if I'd have given you another 10 minutes, the rest of you would have gotten there. So there's that. All right, I'm going to do A, then there's one for you to try. Your U try is a lot easier than example A is because A has a fraction, right? That means automatically that most kids will not do it. So we've got m plus 6 sitting over 2 less than negative 2. Multiply by 2. Is that fraction dividing by 2? Is that what scares you to death? Well, some kids, yes, they just stop. That's literally where most kids hesitate at division. Just fix the division. Fix division through multiplication. If you throw a 2 up high in the numerator, what's it do to the 2 in the denominator? Cancels. So it's not a problem anymore. So m plus 6 is now less than a negative 4. You subtract your 6, and m is less than negative 10. Now, I'm not done with this problem, kids. There's a second one. This is an OR situation. 2 equations. So I just go over to the side and I do this one. This one's easier. M plus 14 is greater than or equal to 19 minus twice m. And it's an m's on one side, numbers on the other. That's all it is. You can shift your m's to whatever side you want. What side do you want to shift your m's to? Left. So that guy's coming over here. This guy's going over there. How many m's would you have on the left? 3 of them. And on the other side, you're doing 19 minus 14. 5. Hey, we got a fractional answer here. M is greater than or equal to 5 over 3, 5/3. Don't be so quick to go to your calculator and get a decimal. Don't. There's no point. It's just a waste of time. You guys got it. You try. If you're watching at home, this is where you try to do the next example. Let's see. You guys actually remembered something yesterday. Darn. Twelve and 3 makes 15, but 12 and negative 3 does not. All right, for those of you that haven't gotten it yet, or for those of you that are at home, AKA, well, do your work, kids. R's on one side, numbers on the other. I'm okay with the R's where they are. I'm going to jump that inequality symbol with that 12, change it to addition. And a negative 3 plus 12 is 9. Next step is to divide out that negative. And all but just one of you remembered, flip the inequality symbol. And if you divide a positive by a negative, it's negative. So that's pretty simple. Next one was the easy one. All you do is add 15, right? 4 and 15 makes 19. So that was pretty simple. All right, what else we got? I'm just going to do the you try down here. I don't want to spend all class time instructing. So I'm going to do the you try. And what do you guys want to do first? I would recommend you do the distributive property here. And quit with that whole doing something and then erasing the spot and putting it there. Just write a new line. The way some of y'all do algebra is ridiculous. If you're not getting things right, why don't you just do it the way I do it? Makes sense to me. If your technique does not work, quit your technique. The way some of y'all do things is crazy. What's negative 2 times a 9a? Negative 18a. Negative 2 times a positive 6. So minus 12. And I'd say it's situation A is on one side, numbers on the other. Where do you want to put your A's? Want to do left? It's fine. Yes, you can go right. But left was the first thing I heard. So we're going to add 18 to a negative 23. Negative 5 is correct. What's there left on the right? 0. Okay. Divide by negative 5. Christina says flip the sign. And 0 divided by anything is still what? 0. There was the U try. So after you go through a little bit, IXL does ramp up. You know that. It gets more difficult as you do it, right? Do a couple of the same type, and then you move up to something that looks a little bit different. Anyways, on this particular lesson, this is what the next level starts looking like, okay? These are called compound inequalities. Because you're working with more than one thing at once here. And we talked about this yesterday in your notes. What you do to the middle, you do to the ends. Do you remember that? So we kind of focus our attention on the middle. There is some like terms in the middle that you might want to fix first. That's really up to you. I'm going to clean up the inside a little bit. I do see a negative 17a and a 19a. What's that make? Negative 2a. Oh, sorry, positive 2a. And if I just clean up the middle, I have twice a plus 14 on the interior. And the idea is to isolate that a in the middle. So what are we going to do? Subtract 14 from all three places. 13 minus 14 is negative 1. 14 minus 14 is nothing. 20 minus 14 is 6. And one more step and this one's done. Divide by 2. That's right, Anna. So negative 1/2 less than or equal to a less than 3. Usually at some point in some class, somebody at this point will say, why didn't you flip the inequality symbol? Why didn't I flip the inequality symbol? You didn't divide by a negative. All right, y'all take a shot at that compound inequality. Try and simplify the fraction. I don't think IXL is going to be decimal unless things are given as decimals. I like solution. Negative symbol variables, go to the fraction, find the numerator. Most of you had it. I can't give everybody time to finish. That seems a little unfair to some, but I just can't give that kind of time. Because I want you guys to have 20, 25 minutes in class time to get started on some stuff. Well, I don't know why I'm feeling that way. Anyways, you take away your 7. And if you subtract 7 from negative 10, you've got your negative 17. Subtract 7 from 7, you've got nothing. So 12b there, and it's negative. And 15 minus 7 is 8, last I checked. We're going to divide all 3 pieces by that negative 12. That's going to cause our inequality symbols to rotate 180 degrees. I think I saw one kid, maybe I didn't catch it, but I think one kid actually put this symbol over here. The symbols stay where they are, they just flip upside down. Negative over negative is positive, and 8 over 12, both those numbers are divisible by 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2, and 12 divided by 4 is 3. And the negative symbol should either be in front of the fraction or in the numerator. That's just where they go. You can move them to the denominator, but it's formal to be in front or in numerator. And next up is the last level of IXL, I believe. And the last level is mostly fractional. Multiply by 3, yes. You need to see that. When you look at that, even if you stink at math, I know what your problem is. You're scared of that division. How do you fix division? Multiplication. And he's right. You 3 everything, including the interior. If you 3 the interior, what happens? Cancellation happens. 3 up high, 3 down low. Then you just do the math. 3 5s makes a 15. What's left inside? H plus 16. You did the cancellation. Greater than or equal to? 3. See, it's not so bad, is it? No, it looks like the last problem we did. It really does. So we're going to subtract 16. What's 15 minus 16? Negative 1. Greater than H. Greater than or equal to, what's 3 minus 16? Negative 13. Now, I actually have a small problem with this. I don't know that IXL will accept this. It's not low to high. That's high to low. I don't know if IXL requires that or not. I just know this question's in there. Me personally, a personal preference would be just to put that negative 13 on the left. And what happens to the symbolism when you do that? They flip, right? This guy, he comes over, but now he's a less than equal to. Oops. Looks like that. I reckon it's your turn. And again, I don't know that IXL is going to require that from you. If it does, now you know. one is also one of those that's going from a big number to a small number. Believe it or not, one of these is 11 pieces of 20 versus one piece of 10. Numbers, right? This is going better than I anticipated. There aren't horror stories about how dumb your group was. Maybe it's had low expectations. Huh? Is this the smart class?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's going way better than anticipated.
Well, we got Trey, please.
Don't make fun of him, help him out. All right, most of you have it. For those of you that don't, first thing I'm going to do, I'll show it on a separate line, is I'm going to 3 everything. I am 3ing everything because I want to counteract division. And those 3's will cancel. There's one up high, there's one down low. 3 times 0 is still 0. Remember the 3's canceled on the interior. I forgot to 3 that -3. But when I 3 a -3, I get a -9. The next operation to counteract here is this subtraction. Counteract that through addition. It is 2. -9 plus 11 is 2. When you do things like that, you can also think 11 minus 9. And then you divide everything by a positive 20. Now, 11 over 20 could be approximated using a decimal, but don't. 20 over 20 is just n. And 2/10, both pieces are divisible by 2. That's 1/10. And I haven't done this problem on IXL, I just know it's there. I don't like the way it is. I would flip everything. Is 1/10 smaller than 11/20? Yes, it's one piece of 10 versus 11 pieces of 20. There's less there. So take the symbols and flip them. That's how I'd like the answer. IXL is doing the grading. You need to see how IXL does the grading. Now, what IXL lesson was that? C4, right? Yeah, it says on the paper. You guys can use the rest of class time to be catching up on your work, okay? I know a lot of you have not finished everything. Yeah, it's highlighted, it's graded. And if you need help, you need to be asking for help. And you